Hello everyone, so this is my technical implementation of my data-driven app. So let's start. So these are the modules that I use: Tkinter, Pillow, and requests for the API and JSON. So we'll go through this functions later. I will just show you my frames first and how I constructed the. So here I made the Tkinter window, as you can see, with geometry, title, and it's not resizable. So the start frame, this is my start frame, and this is would be the output of this start frame. And it has this command, switch to frame, uh, frame 1. So frame 1 is the next frame. So if I press this, it will go to this frame. So this function is on the top here, where it is the, if you run this function, it's frame.tkrace, wherein when you press a button, another frame will go on top. So for example, this will go on top, and if you press and another frame, so that would happen. You could see here that switch to frame, and what frame you call here will be the frame that you will go to. And importantly, at the last part, you should declare this switch to frame start frame, so it will show the start frame first. So frame 1, this is my frame 1. It has these labels and buttons, and here is my main application with a bunch of frame. You can see here in my frame 2, you can see here, and inside this there are nested frames, which is with my main app. So this is a frame, this blue, and each of these squares is an individual frame, and I'd like to organize it by the data. For example, here on frame C, the result label is here, and from frame B, the alt, and frame A is the country flag, as you can see. So that's basically it for the Tkinter window, and the let's go through my main function. This is my main function, show entry. So hiding initial labels, as you can see here, because if I close this and let's start it again, as you can see here, there are labels here that are initially there, and if it's not there, this function, the labels would not hide if I search a country, India. So as you can see, when I entered an input, the labels disappear except for this end button, because the end button uh, hide except one button, which is to switch frame. So I don't want that to be gone. So I also use this function, custom title case, because depending on my API, these are the words that are not capitalized, but everything else will be capitalized. So, but if I use title, then everything will be capitalized. Also this. So I made an exception here, and if word that lower, not an exception, else word. So these words won't be capitalized. So moving on, the entered text will be getting info from the entry here, as you can see here, and uh, this is just for the formatting of the title. And next is the for country and data. You can see here it's a loop. If entered text, which is whatever users inputs here, is equal to country name common, as you can see here in data JSON, name common is the country. So if the user input is equal to name that is in the API, then it will run all this code. So the official name, subregion, I would be accessing this using get. So as you can see here, there are this official name in this API, the capital of that country, the region, subregion. It's all there and I'm accessing it through get. And this is just to exact the currencies here. You can see currencies would be somewhere here. Flag is there, so yeah. Currencies is around this area. You can find it here. It's a very long code. Anyway, sometimes there would be no currencies available for that specific country and it would be an error. So I use this code try and accept to deal with that error. Next is extracting the flag. So this code is for displaying the flag. I mean getting the info of the flag first, then we'll display the flag later. So as you can see here, I have stored this string in a variable called result text in order to be organized and oops, it will output on this manner. So no matter what country I input here, for example Saudi Arabia, it will always be in this format. And sometimes alt is not also available here, like I showed you in the walkthrough. This is just to avoid any errors that would come, because sometimes it would put here that the subregion is not there or it's not present in the API, because sometimes because this API some data is not here because maybe the country doesn't have that or it's not available at the moment. So this is just to avoid the error. And result.label will output this code there in this one. And for the flag, in case that the flag would not output, I also use this code try and accept. So the alt label here will be displayed here, as you can see. It's very straightforward. So that would be how my API works and my main function works. So here you can just see that this is my API URL, which is REST countries. And I store it in a variable called response, and response as storing the response in a variable named data. And this would be the final of my JSON file. Of course, I already run this code, so the JSON file is already here. But in case you just run this code, it will automatically make this file for you because of this code. As you can see here, with open, and it will make this file. So basically that is my app, and that is how my app works. So if we want to try another countries like Australia, and you can get it like anytime. So I think every country is there. It depends on the API. You can see here that currency information is not available. It really depends on the API. So I just utilize what I can do with this API and made an app that is like this. So thank you for listening, guys.